The untold truth about corporation and partnership business entities structure. I have ways of making money that you know nothing of. John D. Rockefeller. Did you know? J.P. Morgan formed U.S. Steel, the first billion-dollar corporation in 1901. Mr. Morgan reorganized his corporation into a business trust and controlled 60% of the steel industry and employed over 168,000 workers. Did you know? John D. Rockefeller created Standard Oil in Cleveland in 1870 and took over the oil refining industry. Did you know? Mr. Rockefeller on May 15, 1911, lost a business monopoly case and was ordered to break up Standard Oil into separate companies, all in competition with one another, effectively lowering prices. Did you know the different companies were divided between 9 separate business trusts? Exxon, Mobil, Chevron, Amoco, BP, Conoco, Marathon, Shell, Pennzoil, and Vaseline. Did you know? As a result, the Rockefellers' wealth nearly tripled from $300 million to $900 million shortly after the ruling. Did you know? Nelson Rockefeller has constructed over 2,000 trusts at $800,000 per trust over his businesses and estate's lifetime. Did you know? Charles Schwab, Andrew Carnegie's right-hand man, in the early 1900s structured a version of a super trust that would make everything from raw steel to finished products. Did you know? Former President Lyndon B. Johnson formed 22 trusts at $200,000 per trust over his businesses and estate's lifetime. Did you know? On March 9th, 2020, Walton Enterprises LLC, the main investment entity of the retailer's founding clan, transferred $48 billion of Walmart's outstanding shares to the Walton Family Holdings Trust. Did you know? Their trust holdings were reported as Disney, Fox Corp, and News Corp, just to name a few lucrative trust holdings. Did you know? It was reported on August 7, 2022, by the Financial Review magazine that the Murdoch Family Trust held a $23.5 billion fortune. Each sibling receives just over $40 million a year. Did you know? Fred Trump, the father of Donald Trump, constructed 5 trusts, one for each of his children, and used them to dominate middle-income housing projects throughout the New York boroughs. Fact: Fred Trump would borrow money from one of the lucrative trusts, his own bank, to finance the next housing project, thereby bypassing the banking industry, creating additional revenue back to the lending trust, his own bank, further increasing the trust's profits and his real estate holdings. Fact: to this very day, all 5 trusts generates millions in profits each year for each of the 5 siblings, including Donald Trump. Little known history. Moguls in the Rockefeller and Carnegie mold dreaded not only meddling bankers, but also the loss of control that might accompany a stock exchange listing for their companies. Little known history. They feared that outside investors would force them to pay exorbitant dividends, sacrificing future growth for short-term gain. Little known history. They saw shareholders less as a salutary check than a dangerous obstacle to their ambitions. Most of all, these chieftains valued secrecy and independence. Little known history. They didn't issue annual reports and seldom granted interviews, craving immunity from government, regulators, snooping reporters, and prying bankers. Little known history. These families extensively use trust entities over corporations and partnerships for all of the above benefits. Now you can too, if you know what to do. Soul-searching facts. The hard truth is that during your entire business career, you have been using extremely inferior business and estate entity structures of corporations, partnerships, and living trusts. Question: why are you hamstringing your ability to build profitable, long-term businesses and generational wealth by using corporations and partnership entities? The answer? Because of the limited knowledge available to you about trust and how to utilize trust to build generational wealth for you and your family. Remember what J.D. Rockefeller said at the very beginning of this presentation? As a reminder, I have ways of making money that you know nothing of, by John D. Rockefeller. Did you know the financial industry now reports that businesses do not survive the third generation? And corporations and partnership entities today are considered only as a temporary business. Question: what business owner in America today has experienced the kind of historical success as the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, and the like, using corporations or partnerships? Clear understanding. By now, you should clearly understand why it has been challenging trying to build a family legacy during your years of toil and strife using corporations and partnerships. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is a wealth that no one can take from you. Knowledge is a resource that multiplies when shared and not diminishes. Wealth may open doors, but it's knowledge that paves the path to success and fulfillment. Trust is the solution. Discover how you can restructure your business in trust form today.